Hiya! Before I actually start the video, I'd just like to say that when this video uploads, I will begin the kind of rebranding of my channel. Yeah, the name will be changing, the art will be changing, I'm just saying that, so if all of a sudden some random thing pops up in your feed and you have no idea who it's by, it's probably me. Toodles! Welcome to my new possible series, The Pasture. Or at least that's what I'm gonna call it right now. I'm not entirely sure. This is just gonna be a series where I sit, relax, and talk about whatever I feel like talking about. Don't worry, these videos won't interrupt my usual weekly uploads. Instead, I'll be posting these another day of the week, and they most likely will be weekly. If I can, I'll try and post multiple per month, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on the ideas. Yeah. Now that that's out of the way, I want to talk about Dead by Daylight. I know, a series with such a pleasant name starting off with such a topic. Anyway, I played a singular day of the new PTB, and all I can say is that it was kind of bland. This isn't to do with the killer design or lore, as these are always great. It's something else. A couple of things, actually, and I'm going to go into each, one by one. First of all, I feel like a lot of people can agree with this, and it's the killer power. It turns out that the unknown is actually something that we've seen before plenty of times, because it's just a rinse and repeat with little variation. See, when I saw the trailer for the killer, and its lobby animations, and read its lore, I was expecting something hugely different. Instead, we got a Nemesis, Hag, Doctor, Ghostface, Clown combo. Anyway, my point is that the power is really boring. It's just kind of not really fun to play against. We've seen it so many times already, like, it's just kind of repetitive now. Um, there's other killers that may be busted or weak or whatever, but have enjoyable powers to play against, like Oni, Blight, Hillbilly, Wesker, and more. And yeah, a couple of those do have like somewhat similar powers, but they are diverse enough in my opinion, and have enough of a twist on the idea that they're fine. Anyway, we have this guy who just combines other killers' powers. Not cool. Next, I actually want to talk about boons. Remember, a very long time ago with the introduction of Michaela Reed, we got 2 boon perks. Cut to God knows how long later, and we have, if I remember correctly, 5 now. Not that many, right? Well, if you remember Talita and Renato, they introduced teamwork perks, which I think are really cool and are great ideas. Of which there's still only 2. Now we have Sable coming to the game with the new invocation perks, and all I can ask is, please behavior, for the love of all that's— I'm gonna cut you off right there. I think what you're looking for is, for the love of all things wicked. God, am I funny. Stop adding new perk types and just flesh out the older ones some more. There's been many great ideas for new boons by members of this very community, and I'm sure that there's great ideas for teamwork perks as well. Just please have a look at them more, rather than just letting them be forgotten and moving on and creating new perk types and not fleshing those ones out either. On the brighter side, we have a super cool killer design and also a bunch of voice lines from both killer and survivor. That's great. And it's a first for the original survivors as well. It just makes me wonder if older survivors will get voice lines at some point. Maybe. It'd be nice to see them interact in the lobby, maybe. Even if it's just like the original few, the very original ones. Who was it? Claudette, Jake, Meg, Dwight. Even if it was just them, that'd be great. As a final message, particularly towards behavior, although I don't expect this to ever reach anyone who works there at all, but please, even if you miss some Killer and Survivor chapter releases, clean up what we already have. If you remember that refresh to a ton of perks that happened a while ago, that was amazing. Some of the most joy I've had playing this game. It was great seeing improvements to old perks, and I believe it's time for another. It would help with the game a ton, in my opinion, and I'm sure that other people share the same idea. This was the first episode of the new series, and I'm hoping that me just sitting here and talking for a few minutes wasn't incredibly boring and I can entertain you by doing this. Because I quite like just sitting here and talking about some random topic, and maybe I'll extend it in the future to even longer videos, because I do want to do that at some point. Some long form content where I talk about something just just anything, just for a long amount of time, anything. I don't know. I'd like to do some long form content. If I can ever think of something to make a long video on that I actually want to make a long video on, then I will. And I hope that you'll stay tuned for that, because hopefully it won't be too far away. Bye bye.